Code 1. Flores Command. You are clear to begin descent to surface.
About a week ago, I had the wonderful opportunity to attend the Outriders media event. A huge shout out and thank you go out to my sponsor Corsair and the wonderful people at Square Enix for sending me all the way to Los Angeles to make this video. Naturally, the game is still under development, and anything that you see or hear in this video is subject to change before release. In this video, I'll be going over general thoughts and my first impression of the game. Later on, I'll be diving a little deeper into the systems of the game in a series of videos. My name is Ms. Tech, and this is my Outriders overview. Let's begin with the number one question on everyone's mind. What is Outriders? In essence, Outriders is a story-driven, third-person, over-the-shoulder looter shooter with very prominent RPG elements that offers a single-player or up to three-player co-op experience. Oof, that is a mouthful. Actually, instead of saying all that, I should have just started with this clip. So basically, you kill stuff and loot cool things to get stronger, all against this dark and gritty sci-fi backdrop. It takes all of the best elements of complex RPGs and adds in the fast-paced intensity of classic shooters to form what is best described as a true genre hybrid. While I only have a few hours of the game under my belt, I can say that its strengths lie in its world building and gameplay customization. If you like story-driven games and controlling minute aspects of how you play, you will probably love this game. At its core, this game should resonate well with fans of games like Destiny, Remnant, and even Diablo. The key aspect to the fast-paced and intense gameplay of Outriders comes from the abilities offered to each class. As of right now, 3 classes have been showcased, with a 4th one teased for reveal sometime later this year. Along with an extensive skill tree for each class, players will unlock multiple, customizable abilities that run on relatively short cooldowns. Learning how to balance effective use of these abilities will become as integral a part of the game as the actual gunplay itself. And speaking of gunplay, I'm happy to report that weapons are not class locked, and you can mix and match your gameplay style and skill builds to whatever class strikes your fancy. To add another layer of customization, higher grade weapons come with mods that have the potential to buff or even modify class skills. Some weapon mods are even reported to grant you abilities that you would otherwise not have access to, depending on your chosen class. Further RPG elements come into play with the Convoy System. Unfortunately, we didn't get too much hands-on access to Convoy Customization, as I don't think the system is available until you progress past a specific point in the story, but here's what we can expect. Convoys will act as the player's moving base of operations as they travel across the alien landscape of the planet Enoch. Players will be able to recruit and form relationships with various NPCs and customize many different features of their convoys. If you're playing co-op, you'll have the pleasure of seeing your convoy form a much bigger caravan as you all move through the game together. This brings us to another important aspect: co-op. This game is playable solo or co-op up to 3 players, with the difficulty and enemy damage dynamically changing based on the number of players. Players hosting co-op games also have an extra level of control over the world difficulty level through a system that can be adjusted at will. While you don't need to play this game with friends, the synergy between classes often leads to some really cool combos that leave you feeling like a badass. I played the game both solo and in a group of 3, and neither experience left me feeling under or overpowered. The scaling of the enemies in each level seemed well managed and appropriate, regardless of player count or personal level. While there's no word yet if the co-op aspects of this game will force it onto that growing list of always online games, the developers have stated multiple times that this is not to be a games as a service title. Players will never need to stress over loot boxes, and there will be 0 pay to win elements in the game. The one negative about this release is just that. It's slated for release this holiday 2020, which at the time I'm making this video in February seems so far away. However, the game will be available on PC, all current gen and next gen consoles, so I suppose I don't mind waiting for that. We'll just have to find a way to survive off the crumbs of information we'll get from now until release.
Not disappointed.
In the meantime, I'll keep myself busy by making more Outrider videos for you guys. As always, thanks for watching. See you on Enoch, Outrider.